I just want to say this. I know how tough it is for Patrick to get up here, but when I met his daughter, she was the most beautiful little blonde girl you could ever lay his eyes on. And I watched her go from a healthy little girl as a neighbor of ours, comes to my favorite, where I go every day, called the Broken Egg. It's like my office away from home, where I sell lots of my merchandise, and every dollar I make goes toward that million. This year we broke a record. We did 2.1 million. A guy like Christian was with us at our gala. We have 60 celebrities, Calipari, Shasha, all these guys have participated. But let me tell you this. I was so touched and so moved watching this little girl, and maybe I was selfish because I was thinking about my 5 little grandkids. I watched this little girl go from this most beautiful little blonde girl to ultimately she had a pain in her knee. No mom and dad ever thinks a pain in the knee is cancer. You go to the orthopedic surgeon, they told him it was growing pains. 5 years old, she's growing. She was in all kinds of pain. Every night screaming about the pain. They went back. And as he told me and his wife Holly, their life changed. When the doctor walked in and said, I got the worst news in the world. The reason she's crying and the reason she's screaming has nothing to do with her knee. She has a tumor the size of a grapefruit on her spine, and the worst news is it's going to metastasize. We watched little Peyton. We watched her become blind. We watched her become paralyzed, then ultimately lost her life. He has helped tremendously, helping others by lending a helping hand. That disease is vicious. And I will go anywhere, anytime, any place. John had me this year, Calipari, speak at the fantasy camp, where he gave me a check for 25 G's for coming down. Anywhere I could raise money, because I will never forget a moment in our life, and Rain and I, they had Dick V Day at All Children's Hospital. And I went in there, I had a book out for little kids, 2 to 6. My buddy bought 400 of them for every kid and every doctor and every nurse in the hospital. They asked me if I would read along with the kids if they got them out of their rooms, and they did. So I'm reading this book. It's R for Ron, A for Awesome, and these little kids, 5, 6, they're jumping. When I get done, I turned to the pediatrician and a nurse. I said, wait a minute now. These kids they look as healthy as my grandkids. I said, all those kids you read to, they all have some really serious issues. Leukemia, brain cancer, cancer on the spine. My wife and I went to the car, and it was like a water faucet went off at the same time. I can't even imagine, as the nurse told me, and he went through this so he knows what the nurse was talking about. He said, Dickie V, they're not going to the beach and going to games. Their parents sit at their bedside from 7 in the morning to 11 o'clock at night, praying and hoping and dreaming for a miracle, We must help. We must unite. I'll close by saying this. If you can help me, I have a brand new book out that just came out. One of the chapters I feature about his daughter. It just came out. She's like a hero to me, watching her courageous battle. Every cent I would make from that book, every cent, not 80 cents, 90 cents, every cent will go toward my research grant of over $1 million this year. You can get it on my website, dickvitaleonline.com. You can get an autographed copy. I'm really proud of it. It's all on motivation, inspiration for people chasing dreams. I'll close by on a good note now. My buddy Nick Bollettieri, he's got a new book coming out. It ain't easy, but Nick is just a beautiful man. Has more energy, and man's 80 plus years old, man. It's unbelievable. Has so much energy. And I can't thank this tandem right here. And Christian, as we know, in 1992, you broke the hearts. You broke the hearts. Wait, you gotta show class now. And you gotta say, you know what? I gotta give it up for the big fella, because he made an incredible shot, man. And then Jeff Sheppard, 1998, against Utah, MVP, leads Tubby to that national championship. Tonight, I don't know what to expect. We got experience and we got kids. And I'm just saying to you now, Kentucky fans, be patient. Because remember, last year there were 3 pros that came back to school